Breaking news! There's something happening in Denver that no one in the national media is talking about yet, but trust me, they will. While everyone is focused on the usual Super Bowl contenders, the Denver Broncos are quietly building what could be the most complete, dangerous, and unpredictable team in the NFL. I've got an exclusive scoop straight from OTAs that paints a picture of a team poised to explode. What if I told you that a rookie wide receiver is already being compared to Michael Thomas, that a running back who was once considered injury-prone is now the centerpiece of a lethal backfield, and that Sean Payton has completely changed the culture in just one offseason? The energy surrounding this team isn't just excitement, it's backed up by reports, performances, and a locker room that's more focused than we've seen in years. I'll break it down for you, but before we go any further, hit like, but only if you're a true Denver Broncos fan. And if you've been running the orange and blue bloodline for over 20 years, show your pride in the comments by saying, "Go Broncos!" My heart bleeds orange and blue. Now, let's talk about what's really going on behind closed doors in Dove Valley. Sean Payton is absolutely transforming the culture at the Denver Broncos. The days of snow cone trucks and pop-a-shot machines in the meeting rooms are long gone. Remember when Nathaniel Hackett had a director of fun? That era of goofiness is dead. Payton's mantra is crystal clear. Work now, reap the rewards later. The second day of OTAs wasn't a sugar day, it was a salt day. That's Payton speak for hard-nosed practice, and this mentality is already lifting the team's ceiling well beyond the previously estimated 11-win floor. Now, let's talk about the newest offensive weapon, J.K. Dobbins. He's not just wearing number 27, throwing it back to Nozhan Moreno vibes. He's arriving with a chip on his shoulder and a contract that's built to reward performance. It's a $5 million deal, but only $2 million is guaranteed. The rest is incentive-based, making this a higher reward, low-risk signing. And here's the kicker. His own future teammates lobbied to bring him to Denver. Guys like Jonathan Cooper and Brandon Jones, who had to tackle Dobbins last season, vouched for how hard it was to bring him down. When players advocate for a guy like that, you listen. And the buzz doesn't stop there. Former teammate Michael Pierce believes Dobbins' ceiling is sky high. His only question mark is health. But if he's healthy, this 1-2 punch of Dobbins and R.J. Harvey, plus Eric Estime, could give Denver one of the most dynamic backfields in the NFL. This isn't just a rebuild, it's a full-on transformation. Let's shift gears to special teams for a second. Darren Rizzi, the new special teams coordinator, has head coaching experience and was a massive get for Payton. After seeing his team rated by other franchises like the Lions and Jets, Payton brought in someone who's not just aligned with his philosophy, but who doesn't need micromanaging. Rizzi's presence is a cultural anchor, and he's already gushing about punter Jeremy Crenshaw, the Aussie with a booming leg. Reporters at OTA say they're literally losing sight of the ball in the sun thanks to his insane hang time. Crenshaw could be a game changer in field position battles. On defense, Nick Bonitto is becoming an absolute monster. He was already one of the league's most disruptive edge rushers last year, and now he's reportedly cooking every offensive tackle he faces in practice. Vance Joseph believes Bonitto still has another level to unlock. If that happens, good luck to any offense trying to move the ball on this defense. But don't sleep on the rookies, especially wide receiver Pat Bryant. When asked about Bryant, Payton gave that sly grin he's known for, the same one he wore when critics said he overdrafted Mahomes. Bryant's 40 time might not blow you away, but his route running, ability to stop on a dime, and football IQ are elite. Payton sees Michael Thomas-type traits in him, and early reports say he's living up to the hype. Meanwhile, Marvin Mims is also expected to take a leap this season. Last year, he was just scratching the surface, especially in the final 6 games when he finally became a bigger part of the offense. Oh, and how about Caleb Lohner? This guy was mostly a college basketball player and barely saw the football field at Utah, yet Sean Payton sees something in him that other teams missed. Drafted in the 7th round, Lohner is already making red zone noise in OTAs. With his towering frame and physicality, Payton could easily carve out a niche for him as a mismatch nightmare in the end zone. And finally, Evan Ingram joins the tight end core, giving Bo Nix every tool he needs to succeed. Whether it's multiple running backs, versatile wide receivers, or red zone giants like Lohner and Ingram, Payton is stacking the deck to ensure that whatever a defense throws at them, Denver has an answer. Bo Nix finished last season at an MVP level, and now he's surrounded by firepower at every position. This roster didn't just reload, it evolved. Denver lost a few familiar faces, sure, Latavius Murray, Lil Jordan Humphrey, Traymon Smith, and Cody Barton, but the replacements are arguably upgrades across the board. From special teams to the offensive backfield, this team is built to win now and later. And if that wasn't enough to get your blood pumping orange and blue, let's dig even deeper into just how big of a shift we're witnessing in Denver. You want firepower? You want grit? You want strategy and execution? Sean Payton is engineering something truly special here, and it's not just hype. It's being backed up by what we're seeing every single day at OTAs. Take a look at how strategic this offseason has been. Every single move is calculated. We didn't just bring in talent. We brought in high character, high ceiling players who fill specific needs. Think about it, replacing a fading veteran like Latavius Murray with someone like J.K. Dobbins, who's not only hungry but physically built to break tackles in the AFC West. He led the league in yards after contact against loaded boxes. That stat alone tells you he thrives when defenses gear up to stop him. And now, with a quarterback like Bo Nix keeping defenses honest through the air, you won't be seeing many loaded boxes anymore. That's a formula for explosive plays. And then there's R.J. Harvey and Eric Estime, forming one of the most promising running back trios we've had in years. These aren't just depth pieces, they're dynamic contributors who can keep each other fresh, punish defenses late in games, and give Payton every option imaginable when it comes to offensive play calling. But the magic isn't just happening on the field. It's happening in the locker room, in the meeting rooms, and on the practice field with a staff that is firing on all cylinders. Darren Rizzi's comments about not needing to coach his coaches is a subtle jab at what this team lacked before, and a huge testament to the alignment and professionalism Payton is instilling. This is a team that's maturing in real time, and it's happening because everyone knows their role and is committed to the process. The attitude shift is palpable. Last season we finished with 10 wins, went toe-to-toe with the Buffalo Bills in one of the toughest playoff environments, and we did it without the kind of offensive cohesion and explosiveness we're seeing now. This season, we come in with Bo Nix having a full grasp of the offense, better tools around him, and a defense that looks, frankly, terrifying. Speaking of that defense, let's go back to Nick Bonitto for a moment. He's on a mission. If you thought last season's breakout was impressive, reports from camp suggest he's added even more tools to his pass rush arsenal. He's quicker off the snap, more strategic with his counters, and overpowering in one-on-ones. And this isn't just media spin. This is coming from teammates, from Vance Joseph, from people who are watching it unfold firsthand. On the back end, we're hearing glowing things about the depth and versatility in the secondary. Jaquan McMillian continues to be that Swiss Army knife, and newcomers like Jade Barron are flashing potential to be impact players right away. Losing Traymon Smith might have raised a few eyebrows at first, but the reality is we've upgraded across the board. This unit is deep, physical, and fast, and they're going to thrive behind one of the strongest front sevens we've had since the Super Bowl 50 run. And don't think the offensive line and protection schemes have been left behind. One of the under-discussed but critical upgrades has been the integration of a system that fits Bo Nix's strengths, quick decision-making, mobility, and timing throws. That also plays perfectly into how Payton wants to use his receivers, especially with Pat Bryant emerging as a star in the making. Let's take another look at Bryant, because this guy deserves your attention. Payton went out of his way post-draft to say he sees Michael Thomas-type traits in him. That's not a throwaway line. That's Sean Payton telling the world that he believes Bryant can be that chain mover, that physical, route-savvy receiver who can own the middle of the field. And from what we're seeing, that smile Payton had when asked about him in OTA says it all. He knows he's got a steal. Now layer in Marvin Mims, who still hasn't scratched his full potential. The synergy between Mims and Bo Nix is just starting to show, and it's not hard to envision him becoming a deep threat nightmare with his speed and body control. The vertical dimension he brings forces defenses to stay honest, which opens up everything underneath for Bryant, Engram, and Dobbins in the passing game. And let's not forget the curveball in the mix, Caleb Lohner. Yeah, he was a basketball player. Yeah, he barely touched the field in college. But he's got the frame, the athleticism, and now he's turning heads in red zone drills.